Good evening, all. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your metal market wrap-up for this 1st of July, Thursday, 2021, just after 5:15 p.m. Central Time. So, there's a big problem. And the problem is, how do you go into the jobs data report? Long, short, or no position. I can tell you what my preference is when I trade futures contracts going into government reports that are major ones, and this is a major one. I tell my clientele I'd rather have cash than position. Why? You're gambling the dice that number one, you'll be right in what you thought the report was going to say, but you don't know what the reaction is, how much of it is baked in. Then you're looking at what the algorithm traders are going to do with it for that period, and it can destroy the chart action. I've learned the hard way, and that's just the way that I like to approach it. And the reason is we're talking futures. We're not talking, hey, should I own Tesla? Should I own Apple? Should I own my ARK investment? That's not what you're doing here. You're trading a vehicle that moves like a rocket ship intentionally. 90% leverage, they jump. It all settles down, and then you have to face the idea, do you want to go through the long holiday weekend with a position or not? Well, I might not, but I want the dust to settle first on what the jobs data is going to be. And they're looking for some hefty numbers here, big improvement. We'll see if they get it. And is it enough? You just don't know. So that's where I'll leave that. When you take a look at the gold market, so far the market is fighting a battle. This is the weekly chart to not settle back under this 1767.70 level, and it has lifted itself back up. You know, earlier in the week we were saying, oh, it's under that number, but it's a close-only chart. Now, do you think that tomorrow is going to be a big day for gold? It probably is. I'm going to wait and make a decision. When I look at the action here, you've gone sideways. Is it a pause, or is the market going to break out of this to the upside or through the downside and go down to the other targets that I've been presenting to you? The trend is down. You have a pattern of lower highs and lower lows. The market is underneath the 18-day average. The 18-day average is racing to get underneath the 100. If it does it, and if prices stay under it, that's a bearish setup in the market. If you get a surprise tomorrow and gold takes off, you destroy that setup because prices could be over that when it occurs. I'll let others figure that out. When I look at where the Bollinger Bands are, a potential bottom, the word is potential, is if you break out of the downside of this 1712.90, 2 layers of resistance above it. 1792.70, which is our 100-day average, and then 1809.20, which is, you can see, I've got a cursor over that number, the 1809.20, which is the 18-day average of closes. Momentum, you have an embedded reading that tomorrow can lose it like that. You're at 1912. How is the market going to react? I don't know. Gold-silver ratio, could you be more neutral going into the report? You're just sitting on the 18-day average of closes. Silver, like gold, trying to figure out what to do. It had an embedded reading. Watch this. Both numbers under 20, under 20, under 20. Got it? And under 20. And tonight, not under 20. Now, I like when you're over 21 to lose the reading, but it's lost unless the market does something about that real fast. But here's the key. It was lost on the close today still. You're losing it after, in other words, Friday session. That doesn't count yet. Just telling you, it's nerve-wracking when you go into these reports. In the copper market, we haven't yet seen what China's going to do or not do with the upcoming auctions they keep threatening to have, and that's a hang over the market. The other hangover of this market is lots of fear that this Delta version of COVID-19 can take the world by storm again, especially areas that are not vaccinated with what we'll call the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccines. Those seem to be the two strongest that can fight this off so far. That's what I'm reading, at least. In the platinum market, you've got a pattern of what? A higher high, then a lower low, flat momentum. I don't see a trend at all. The palladium is still in the uptrend. higher lows, higher highs. Certainly didn't give back very much of yesterday's stellar gain of $97, so that's still quite bullish, but it is very overbought, and there are some window envelopes you should be paying attention to. I cover those in my morning subscriber video. Dollar index, the best gain we've seen in months. I mean, this is really based out. I thought we were due for a failure right around here, overstayed the hand. This was the run, as it turns out, at the major moving average. The rule worked, I didn't, and the market came back up. Life happens. Ethereum, okay, so you have a market that's fighting what? That 18-day average of closes. You have the trend up as measured by the swing line, these brown lines, but you have the resistance or the bias down because of the 18-day average of close resistance and pretty flat right through here. You put it all together, you try to figure out where you're going to go, and that's what I try to do with you. Each morning, as you know, at 5:40 in the morning, I typically start recording. I picked that time for a lot of reasons. Today I did it a little earlier just because I knew I wasn't doing much of anything. And my traders, I wanted them to know in the subscriber video that. Why? I say I want you to buy here. I want you to sell. This is your stop order. This is what to do. And I keep a record of it mentally so that as we go to the next day. People always ask me, how do I remember that? Because the pattern's the pattern, and I know what I should be saying based on the pattern. It makes sense. You could do that too. You can learn just what I'm doing, and bingo, away you go. This video helps. I cover all these markets. There's, in the back here, there's a slide bar that you move, and the name lights up on that. And it tells you where on the video you're at, so you don't have to watch areas you don't want. Now, how I price it is pretty simple. It's going to be I'm sorry for that, but it is $7.95 for your first 30 days. 24 videos in that 30-day period is typically what it is. Each one about 20 minutes long. I think I'm a seasoned pro. That's what I'd call myself. 52 years of charting, and that's what I really study, are the charts. You know, the fundamentals, I let the other people worry about it. The chart action's the summation of all the fundamentals that are known at this point in time. So you put that together, you get a weekly chart edition. That's just the weekly charts typically for the longer term trader, and I mix weeklies and dailies during the week. Pretty simple. Go to www.iraepstein.com. That's www.iraepstein.com under the word research, and it's all there. Now, I am going to hold this coming week, next Wednesday, another live webinar. So if you're interested in those, all you need to do at that point is wait for my invite, or up here, I'll have the invite up there, and away you go. I will change the passwords this time, so you need the new invite, okay? I don't want to keep the same password. And I figured out some things. I'm going to sign in as one of you. That way I can see what's showing on the screen, because when you're the host, you don't see it quite that way. I'm Ira Epstein. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.